Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy King DC. I know what you're asking. Bro, where have you been? Don't worry about all that. I'm back now and I got some new content for you. This is Wrestlemania week and we are here to do predictions for WWE WrestleMania 42, night 1 and night 2. So, I've been doing predictions over the last few years for like WrestleManias and PLEs to be truthful, but I've never recorded them because reasons. Maybe I guess I didn't feel like I had what it took to be one of these people who got on the internet and gave their opinion. But I mean, what do they got that I don't got? I can tell you what I got that they don't got. This voice. Do you hear this thing? Yes. For those who are new here, this is my real voice. But anywho, I'm gonna start doing some more WWE content. Still gonna talk about my Dolphins and cover more of the NFL. The NBA playoffs are starting, so I'm gonna probably try to cover some of that stuff and just do more of this sports stuff because why not? I got a voice, I got an opinion, I got eyes. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. So, WrestleMania 40, I did predictions for that, and I was 100% from the field. Got every single prediction right. WrestleMania 41, I think I got one wrong. One or two. The one or two matches I got wrong with WrestleMania 41. But now I'm on camera. You guys are about to see this. I'm recording this Thursday afternoon. So this is going to be the match cards as it's been set up to Thursday, April 16th. Tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown. It is possible there is a match that I'm keeping my eye on that they might announce. Io versus Asuka, hopefully, depending on what's going on with the Bellas. But we're going to get into these predictions and try to keep it as short and sweet as possible so I'm not here forever. But let's go ahead and start with night one. We have a 6-man tag team match between Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Speed. That's the Vision. And the Usos and L.A. Knight. Yeah. With this match, I'm actually looking forward to this match. Feels like it's going to be very entertaining. I Show Speed is still cursed, so I believe that he is going to be eating the pin in this match. And the Usos and L.A. Knight, yeah, is going to they're going to take away the victory here, and they're going to kick off WrestleMania with the crowd chanting "Yeah" and "Yeet" all at the same time. Next match, both by the way, these matches are on ESPN2 to kick off the beginning of WrestleMania weekend on night one. The next match is the unsanctioned match between Jacob Yada Amin Fatu and Drew I've been screwed over McIntyre. And I'm excited for this match because pure violence. It's just been pure violence. Peter Griffin versus the Chicken type violence, and I got Jacob Fatu winning this match mainly because I know Drew McIntyre is going away to film a movie, but I don't think Jacob should be losing his first WrestleMania match, even though Drew shouldn't be losing either. Honestly, I'm kind of upset that Drew lost the title when he did. If Drew still had the championship and this was a championship match, then it'd be okay for Drew to drop the title here at WrestleMania because he would have had it for like months. But this match is going to go to Jacob Fatu, and we're going to get to the ESPN app proper, starting with the women's Fatal 4-Way tag team title match with the Irresistible Forces, Nia and Lash, versus Charlexa, which is Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, versus the Bella Twins, versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Excuse me. Okay. Realistically speaking, I would be okay with anyone except the Bellas winning this match. I loved the Bellas when I was in high school. I graduated high school almost 14 years ago. So I'm past the Bellas. It's not their time. Nia and Lash have been doing a good job with the titles. Charlotte and Alexa have won over everybody's hearts with their tag team chemistry. But my vote, the people I think are going to win this match, I believe that Bayley and Lyra are going to win this match. I believe the different directions you can go storyline wise with them as the champions is a bit better than the other options, but they're my prediction to win this match. Next, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match with AJ Lee, the champion, versus the challenger, Becky Lynch. Arguably the greatest woman of all time. And it's not just Becky saying that. Everybody's saying that. Sports Illustrated is saying that. The Bleacher Report is saying that. Personally, this is one of those matches where I think it's a toss up, and I could go with either of them winning. But I'm predicting AJ Lee to retain. I think AJ Lee's schedule is not as part time as it has been, or at least it won't be for the current future. Maybe not for the long term of 2026, but I think she'll be around a little bit longer. And me personally, as a fan, I think it makes more sense for AJ Lee to drop the belt to someone new, not drop it back to Becky, because I think Becky should be in the main event scene now, and that she should do great things there because she's already done an amazing job with the Intercontinental Championship in elevating Lyra Valkyria. I can't speak now. Lyra Valkyria, and well, she did elevate Maxine, but Maxine has vanished from the screens, so who knows? But I got AJ Lee retaining her championship. Then we have Seth Rollins versus Gunther. With this match, I am 178% sure that Gunther is going to win, and he is going to win from a returning Braun Breaker, spearing the life out of Seth Rollins, and helping Gunther pick up the victory in this match. Gunther should not be taking a loss here after retiring John Cena, Goldberg, and AJ Styles. Seth technically shouldn't be losing either, but he is protected by Braun getting and interfering in this. Before we got the match lineups and match cards, I was always curious whether or not it would make more sense for Braun to come back and interfere in the Vision versus the Usos match. But the reason I was predicting that, or I wanted that, is because I wanted Braun to spear ISO Speed again. I wanted to run that back. Felt like that would have been hilarious. But with the match card being the way it is, realistically, it's more impactful for Braun to come back and go at Seth Rollins, especially because, according to the storyline, Seth was the masked man that attacked Braun Breaker before the Royal Rumble and fed him to be eliminated by Obafemi at the beginning of the Royal Rumble match. So Seth Rollins is going to lose to Gunther. The next match we have is my second most anticipated match for the entire weekend. And that is the Women's World Championship match between Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer, the champion. This feud has been one of my favorite feuds because of the violence, the pure, unadulterated violence between Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer has been so amazing. I'm telling you, the last few weeks have been for me. Me personally, this feud brought me in. And I say that just to give you some quick history. I originally didn't like this match. I wanted it. When Liv won the Royal Rumble, I felt like it would have been great to have Raquel Rodriguez beat Stephanie for the championship, and you could do Liv versus Raquel at WrestleMania. They didn't do that. In fact, they had Raquel lose what was it was either an Extreme Rules or a street fight, one of those type of fights where it was no disqualification, and they had her lose that match to Stephanie, even with Liv and Roxanne interfering, which I felt kind of made Raquel look a little weaker. But with Liv interfering after Raquel said, don't interfere, I thought, okay, now we can turn this into a triple threat match. And WWE just let that storyline die down. So Now it's just a singles match, but man, they built it up. They built it up. They sold me, and I'm sold on it. And I'm predicting Liv Morgan to win this match. Now there are some caveats. People are predicting that it's possible for Roxanne or Raquel or both to cost Liv this match to run the full breakup of the Judgment Day because of the issues that Liv had costing Raquel and kicking out Finn, who was the one who brought Roxanne into the Judgment Day. And that conversation never got finished because Steph smashed their heads into each other and gave them both balloon foreheads for a day or two. But Liv's going to win this match. That's my prediction. Then we have the main event of night one of WrestleMania 42, which is the WWE Undisputed title match between Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. Oh, my fault. I misread. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That's a joke that I threw in there. I'm not one of the people who is going crazy about the over reliance on celebrities if the celebrities help fit the narrative. ISO Speed fits that narrative with the vision so well. Sorry, I ate not too long before this video, and I don't know what's going on up in here, this area here. But ISO Speed fits in the vision scenario. Jelly Roll thought he was going to have his own match, thought he was going to be involved in something relating to The Miz and Kit Wilson, but he's been inserted into this main event thing, and it's a necessity for Jelly Roll to be there because of the big issue of Pat McAfee, and I'm not going to go crazy on that here. I'm just going to say I'm not a fan of Pat McAfee being the person in this role. If you want someone to play this role, you want someone famous to do it, by all means, do it. The story itself isn't bad. It's Pat McAfee. I'm even of the mindset that if you had to choose an ESPN personality to play this heel role, you could have gotten a bigger and more hated, before this started anyway, a bigger and more hated person than Stephen A. Smith to probably play that role better. If you ask me, my opinion, my personal opinion. But the best scenario would be no outside interference, literally just running Cody and Randy. But as far as what I'm predicting in this match, Randy Orton's winning his 15th world title. That's it. That's pretty much all I got to say. Now on to night 2 of WrestleMania 42. And my most anticipated match for the weekend, Darula Oba, 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 Hoo, Oba, Hoo, Oba, Hoo, Oba, Hoo, Oba, Hoo, Oba, Hoo. Yes, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Channeling my inner Paul Heyman here. If you're still here and you didn't leave because of all that extra I just did, please like the video and subscribe. Hey, even leave a comment down and tell me what you liked or disliked about my predictions, and or about my face. If you don't like my face, if you love my face, if you like my voice, you don't like my voice. So, comment. Leave a comment down. I'll read all of them. Maybe respond to all of them, depending on how much you hurt my feelings. Anywho, Oba versus Brock. Literally my most anticipated match for this weekend. And this is going to be on ESPN proper for night 2, the first hour. Night 1, first hour is going to be ESPN 2. Night 2's first hour is going to be on ESPN proper. I'm going to be 1,000% clear with you all. There are some people on the internet, I'm looking at you, Mr. Santi Zap, who believe that because Brock Lesnar is a known name on most people who are going to watch ESPN, that they believe that WWE and TKO will appease those people by having Brock Lesnar win this match. That, to me, no offense to any creator, any fan that may think that way, but that does not sound like a logical train of thought to me to get people to buy into the product. Because people who are tuning into this match on ESPN are not watching it because they just love Brock Lesnar. They're watching it because it's on ESPN and they know the name Brock Lesnar. They know how big he was in UFC. So having that knowledge, if you want to bring people on board to get them to watch the product, especially because Brock is getting ready to retire soon, you have Oba Femi, this amazing Nigerian ruler. You have him win this match against Brock so that the people who are watching will be like, who is this guy that just beat Brock Lesnar? I want to tune into Monday Night Raw. I want to tune into Smack. I want to see what this is about. That's how you build. That's how you draw a crowd. So I 100% believe Oba's going to win this match. Now, I will throw one more thing in here so I'm not spending too much time on this. There are other people who believe that Oba should squash Brock. Oba should win this match, but I don't want a squash match. I want a good 10 minutes of these two behemoths going to war. I want Godzilla versus King Kong here. That's what I want to see in this match. There's a match later on this card that can be a squash match. And I mean, it don't even have to go 2 minutes, and we'll get there in a moment. But I definitely believe that Oba and Brock should get some time, let these two behemoths go to war, and have Oba stand tall at the end, defeating Brock Lesnar and walking away as the new next big thing in the WWE. Now, I don't know which of these matches is going to be first. It's going to be tough because I actually am going to be streaming my reaction to these on TikTok because I don't have enough followers here on YouTube yet. Subscribe. I said followers, subscribers. Subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Please, please, if you wouldn't mind. If you want to hear this voice talk about WWE, football, basketball, anime, whatever, just subscribe. Please. Love you guys. Anywho, the Intercontinental Ladder match. This is a 6-man ladder match, and I'm going to be honest with you. This is Penta versus Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough. I don't see JD McDonough winning this match. It's not impossible. It's not impossible for Dragon Lee to win, but I don't see him winning either. And Rusev stood way too tall on Monday Night Raw for me to believe he's going to win. He could still do it. It would be amazing. JD McDonough is probably the only person I don't want to see win. Not that I don't want him to have the success, but he has a storyline with Finn that is going to run after this WrestleMania. I don't want to see him win the Intercontinental Championship here. A lot of people are predicting Penta to retain. Personally, I'm going with Javon Evans. He's one of the newer stars, and he is the third most over out of the newer stars. The first and second are out of Oba and a gentleman that we're getting ready to talk to about the next match. But I'm rooting for Javon Evans. I want to see the new regime win this year. No disrespect to Penta because he's amazing. And he could benefit from a lengthier title run, but Javon Evans, you know what I'm saying? That boy is bouncy. So that's my pick for the ladder match. Next, since this is the Intercontinental Championship, we're going to jump over to the United States Championship between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams and his Lemon Pepper Steppers. Let's talk about it. I am a Sami Zayn fan, but I don't like that Carmelo Hayes has been booted out of this United States title picture and is being left off of WrestleMania. Let me rephrase that. He's still in the picture, but he's not in WrestleMania. And honestly, I don't mind Sami winning the title from him if it had led to the triple threat match. That's what I really wanted to see, the triple threat between Sami, Trick, and Melo. But Melo's not in it. I can voice all my other opinions on that later on. I mean, tomorrow's Friday. Hopefully this is going up Thursday night because it's Thursday afternoon right now. So hopefully this goes up Thursday night. I don't have any issues uploading this. But the only way Sami Zayn wins this match against Trick is if he cheats and they solidify the heel turn and the double turn with Sami turning heel, Trick turning face. That's the only way Sami walks out with this title. I don't think that you have to rely on Sami winning in order to pull off the double turn. So I'm predicting Mr. Trick Willie to walk out of WrestleMania 42 with his Lemon Pepper Steppers and the Intercontinental Championship. Sorry, the United States Championship. The Intercontinental Championship is going to be won by Javon Evans in that ladder match. So that's my prediction. I'm predicting Trick Williams to win unless Sami Zayn cheats to win, solidifying the heel turn. But I don't think that you have to book it that way in order to signify Sami's heel turn. Next is a match I really don't care about, and I don't care about it because WWE doesn't care about it, and that's Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. And I'll be 100% honest with you, I feel like we're wasting Demon Finn Balor on this match because Finn needs the win more than the Demon needs to win. Only 3 WWE superstars have beaten the Demon. If I'm not mistaken, it would be Roman Reigns. We'll talk about him later on. Samoa Joe and Edge. I believe those are the only 3 to beat the Demon Finn Balor. I may be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, those are the only 3 superstars to do so. Dominic Mysterio is not winning this match, and this match should be a squash match. This shouldn't be close. Have the Demon eat Dom alive. Let's get up out of here. Let's get to something that's more important. So I'm moving on because, like I said, I don't really care too much for this match. The WWE Women's Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. I'm going to start off this by saying something that's probably going to get me either a lot of hate or a lot of people are thumbing this video down. I don't get the Rhea Ripley hype. When I say that, I like Rhea Ripley. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I like her, but she is so over. So over. Arguably the most over person in the company. And that is crazy to me. Not that she doesn't deserve to be popular and celebrated. She has earned it. She's a great worker, has a great look. She's beautiful, and she's an amazing person outside of the ring based off of the interviews that I've seen and the way people talk about her. The hype of Rhea has gotten so big, and WWE has pushed her so strong that when this match first got announced, when Rhea won the Elimination Chamber, I was actually praying so hard she didn't win because at that time I was like, there's no way Jade can beat her. No way possible that Jade Cargill will beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for this title. That was until Jade got this faction. Now that Jade has a faction, and there are a whole bunch of rumors about Bianca Belair being ready to come back, with those 2 variables there, I think it's more likely for Jade to have a chance to win this match, especially because Rhea is not in need of the title. The title is more in need of Rhea, but if there's a good storyline thrown around Jade Cargill, you can build her up in that aspect, and then you have everything else going on with Io and Asuka and how they're like bleeding into Rhea's storyline as well. So I personally think Jade's going to win. I want Jade to win as well, but I'm picking Jade to win this match and retain her title. And now we have come to the main event of night 2, which would be my 3rd most anticipated match of the weekend. Unlike most of the people on the internet, when I watch WWE, I am a WWE fan. Can't say that I'm a full professional wrestling fan because I've watched TNA and I've watched AEW, and those products are not for me. So I do feel like I'm more of a WWE fan. So my opinions are always going to be mainly centered around WWE. That being said, I'm one of the WWE fans who I don't judge everything I see, especially not in the moments. I want to see like what the full storyline is, what the full picture is. And with this Punk versus Reigns situation, could this build have been better? Absolutely, yes. This build could have been way deeper. They could have cut way more barbs, could have been more violent. There's a lot of things they could have done to make it better. Me saying that, I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed their interactions. I still enjoyed it. The issue with this match, honestly, is the fact that there are not a lot of directions you can go, regardless of who wins. I personally can't see a clear direction to go in for CM Punk retaining. I don't know who he feuds with next. Roman Reigns has about 1 or 2 ways he can go, but that's it. So it's like either option isn't the best, and I guess this does go back to the whole discourse about needing new stars or whatever. But right now, as far as who I'm picking and who I want to win, it's Roman Reigns. I like CM Punk. I'm not a CM Punk fan, but I like CM Punk. I think CM Punk does better, one, as a heel, which right now I don't think either of them are a heel or face. But CM Punk does better to me as a heel. Also, I think you can tell better stories of him and Roman feuding throughout the summer, because I don't think Reigns is going to go on the large hiatus that he normally goes on. I think, yes, he's not going to be every week, but I don't think it's going to be like this. He doesn't show up for 2 months type hiatus. I think he'll be around for a little bit if he wins. And he'll be showing up. And I do believe that him winning is going to be because of either a bloodline reuniting, a returning final boss, or this whole alleged TKO versus WWE rumor thing that's going on. But you can go in that direction with Reigns winning. I just don't see where you go with Punk winning. The other reason I believe Roman Reigns is winning this is because if Roman Reigns loses this match, it's going to damage the aura of Roman Reigns. This whole build, this whole face-off between Reigns and Punk has just been aura versus aura. That's it. And at this point, while CM Punk can cut promos and he can sell you on different avenues and feuds, Roman Reigns' character at this point is just straight aura. And he called Punk out on being old. Just a caveat for those who feel like being called old is not that big of an insult. Get older and let somebody call you old. Guarantee you it's going to hit you different. Trust me and believe that. I'm not saying it because I'm old, but I am getting older. People have called me old and it'll sting a little bit. I've also been the one to call other people who are older than me old and their reactions. So Punk having a problem with that is realistic. But back to the WWE world, you called Punk old. You go and beat an old man at WrestleMania, par for the course, right? You're being Roman Reigns, tribal chief, acknowledged. If you lose to this old man after you stood up there and called him old and made all these comments about it and everything else, if you lose, your aura, which is up here, plummets down. I can't see Reigns. He's still going to be loved by the fans. Like, he's still going to be the OTC, still going to be tribal chief, but it's like, it's almost going to be like what they did with John Cena. John Cena, before his retirement tour, was just losing every match he was in to the point I didn't believe he was going to win. So when he turned heel, which I love this heel turn, and I also like this heel run. Was it perfect? No, could have been much better. But we'll have another conversation about that another day. I'm just starting this wrestling thing. But I just feel like Reigns losing, it deflates him because honestly, he doesn't have a good record coming out. He lost to Bronson Reed. He lost at the War Games. Before that, he lost at WrestleMania. Like, he's been losing. So yeah, he's been losing. So he needs this win. To me, I'm not saying he needs the title. I'm saying he needs the win. But that's my predictions. LA Knight and the Usos, Jacob Fatu, Bailey and Lyra, AJ Lee, Gunther, Liv Morgan, Randy Orton, Oba Femi, Javon Evans, Demon Finn Balor, Jade Cargill, Trick Willie, and Roman Reigns. Those are my predictions for who's going to win this coming WrestleMania weekend. Again, I'm going to be streaming on my TikTok this weekend, my reactions there. I'll probably post them here afterwards, like edit them and post them here afterwards so you guys can see those. But yeah, let me know if you agree with my predictions or any of my reasons why I made my predictions. Like, share, cancel. I'm cancel. Comment. Don't cancel me. I just started. Comment on the video, please, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on my socials, and yeah, this has been fun. I want to see if I'm going 100% from the field again this weekend. We'll see. But y'all be blessed. I'm out of here.